For me, I can just tell you what I think, but hey, what does Zoe know? You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
so now we're in action right now.
nice.
And we're just trying to get,
Wait, I might be disturbing your inner peace. What are you doing over there?
No. What do you think about this, our summer nights background sound? That you
Well,
can hear?
you know,
Does this make it sound tranquil? Okay, all right. You fuck around and go into
it sounds like a snake is hungry or a frog.
meditation.
What eats crickets?
Everything.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, it's dinner time.
People. Put chocolate on it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Let's do. Well, hey. Well, hey. You know what? Bugs are really high in protein.
They are. A lot of things are high in protein. You don't even have to have a cricket.
But is bugs considered? So human beings aren't carnivores, but is bugs considered meat?
Yeah. I mean, they move. I thought they had like muscles and things like that. I couldn't tell you. I haven't eaten a cricket,
Yeah, because meat is an animal.
and I would not eat a cricket. But
You know what? How would you know if you like something if you never try?
yeah, I mean, it just depends on if it's appealing to your mind. Your mind dictates a lot of what you will consume.
Minds are very limited.
They are that. They are that. But
Kind to be expensive.
How do you know you want to enjoy eating a human if you've never done it, or is that something you entertain?
Some people have. They
No,
don't even know it. Those crackers they put out.
I mean, if you went to the grocery store right now and they had male thigh, would you say, well, let me try that because
I'm conscious enough to know you have to eat the animals furthest away from you.
No,
So that's the air or the sea.
All I'm saying is, if your stance is you don't know what you like unless you try it, are you willing to try everything?
Well, yeah, they say never, but I'm never going to eat chitlins and I'm never going to have a dick in my ass. So there you go.
You never know. You never.
I just said it twice.
Hey, I like to say the same thing. On both of those counts. I don't think I would ever enjoy either one of them.
Well, there you go. There you go. Now, outside of that, I might be down to try
They're not
anything. Even with hot sauce? Both with hot sauce.
Man, especially the same one. Adding insult to injury is the same. You get some hot sauce in the wrong spot. These are
It's called a delicacy.
That's the way I would want to be on my career. That red. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of which, when you were dating, did you ever eat the chick spaghetti?
No, I wouldn't. No. Again, it's not appealing to me. That's not something that's appealing. And calling this spaghetti is kind of disingenuous.
Well, no, it's literally, they said chicks were putting things in the spaghetti to put spells on the dudes.
Well, I've heard that. I've heard that.
They were saying, don't eat the spaghetti.
Oh.
Yeah.
I literally was something
Do tell. Tell us what you were thinking. Tell us what you were thinking. Drum roll. Drum roll.
Rim shot. Point taken. I would not do that.
What were you thinking?
Some people out there may actually know.
Hold on, let me get a penny for your thoughts.
You need a quarter.
I have about 50 cents.
I got quite a bit of thought. You know, but I have heard that saying about putting spaghetti and putting that voodoo on you.
Yeah.
They add a specific ingredient inside of the sauce.
Yeah.
That can make it where.
Well, did you ever feel like you were under a spell?
Oh yeah, I have. I don't think it was due to spaghetti. Actually, for me, I felt like it was more of a mental thing where at one point it was an individual that I would call her phone, and she had a voicemail with the music on it, and it was a popular song at the time. But I would love to hear that song on her voicemail. Not even a real song, on her voicemail.
Nice.
And it would make me feel close to her.
Nice. And I've never heard anything close to that story.
Yeah, that was, and I felt like it was a trance that I was in at the time. I was kind of consumed with the young lady, and I'm glad it got broken.
How often did you call?
We talked quite a bit, and when I heard the voicemail, that was usually an indicator, because we were not in the same vicinity, we were in different states. So, and typically when I would call and get the voicemail, it meant she was actually busy doing some other things that I would have rather she not have been doing.
Yeah.
But that's just the nature of the beast when you're dealing with people out of state.
Long distance relationships.
I think it wasn't a relationship per se. We hadn't even gotten to that point. It was just
long distance infatuation.
Infatuation. I was enthralled with the young lady.
Ooh, good word.
Oh, you like that?
Yes, we don't use enough words often enough. Enthralled.
I have a couple in my toolbox. And they jump out
Enthralled. I'm going to use that all day tomorrow.
Usually when it's inappropriate. I want to eat some enthralled today. What the hell is that? I don't know. It sounded good. Put some spaghetti sauce on it. Might feel better.
And take Paul Newman's sauce by storm.
Paul Newman. Salad dressing.
Is it salad dressing?
Yeah,
who makes the spaghetti sauce? No, it's another one. Oh, wow. Ragu, your ragu reminds me of, hold on. It was a TV show. Wasn't the guy's name Ragu or something like that? Lorenzo Shirley.
I don't know. I could think of Mr. Magoo.
Who's that?
That's a cartoon character from back in the day.
You do store a lot of information in there.
A lot of information that is not even filed.
You pull it at will.
On the floor in the room somewhere, and I go through picking up pieces of paper. That's not it. Oh, I'll keep this. We'll put it in my pocket. I might use it.
People must be truly fascinated when they meet you.
Well, if not by my height, by a lot of the crazy things I might say out of my mouth.
Do you get a lot of repeat visitors in your life? Or are they one-hitter quitters?
Well, most of my people in my life are one-hitter quitters, because I've met thousands of people. So there are only a few that actually have a stable inside of my life that stick around.
Is that by your choosing?
Absolutely, it's by my choosing.
You consider yourself particular?
I can't connect with it. I can't continue to communicate with anyone that I choose not to.
Wow.
That is, I have that freedom.
That's a powerful statement, because most people don't know they have the freedom to, one, make choices, but two, make new choices when the old choices aren't working for them, aren't serving them well.
That's correct. I've had some of those where I kept them around.
People are more loyal to their choice than they are to their self or what's in their own best interest.
They're more loyal, yeah.
Like, because I made this choice, I have to stick with this choice, irregardless of if it's killing me. You know what I mean? Absolutely. But I made a choice. I got to stick by my choice. I'm loyal to my choice. I'm like, yeah, but your choice is killing you. Look at you. Yeah, but when I make a choice, I stick with it. That's ridiculous.
That's why I've told a number of people, I said, whatever you choose, I'm happy for you. Whether the consequence of it was good or bad, I'm happy for you. Because you were given the ability to make the choice. Yeah. If you chose it, whatever you came out with was your choosing. So yeah. I'm happy for you because you utilize your power to choose. It's a good thing.
If you recognize that these are choices, and that life isn't happening to you.
Absolutely.
Which most people, when you talk to them, they sound like they think life is happening to them, and they're choiceless in all of matters of life.
Absolutely, as if they're just riding, they're just taking the ride. They're not actually the driver.
They're not even participants. It's like being kidnapped through life, taped and bound through life.
Can't do a dang thing.
Which goes back to what we always say: you can't be both creator and victim. You got to choose. Take back your power. Take back your power.
A lot of people choose to be.
Where do you think that comes from? Why would a person feel being limitless ways to experience life? What would make a person limit themselves?
It's about a level of comfort, I believe.
No, they seem very uncomfortable.
No.
Very uncomfortable.
But for a person to change something, that's what people fear. They fear. Even though life is always is changing.
Always.
They feel that once they take an active role in creating a change that they think is an active role, that makes them feel uncomfortable. They feel like
because then there's ownership.
Yeah, you got to be responsible.
But as long as you're the victim, then you could just complain.
Correct.
But it's not your fault.
It's not my fault. This happened.
Okay, I get it. So then to make a choice, then you take back power, which means now you're responsible.
You know what? I hate my job. I don't like. My relationship is horrible.
Yeah.
And things like that. People feel that if I complain long enough, maybe it'll change. Not that I need to make a choice to do something different. That would be too convenient, and that would require that me have some ownership of that.
And then if that didn't work out, then people are like, well, you made the choice.
Fault.
Oh, I get it.
It's your fault.
I get it. Okay.
And no one wants to be at fault.
Interesting.
They'd rather it be someone else's fault so they can be in the clear. Not the best world to live in, but it tends to be one where people find themselves more often than not.
So the lack of wanting to make a choice would also then say that a person then only believes in less than good outcomes.
If they even think about it today.
You know what I mean? I'm saying subconsciously they must, because to not make a choice means that you already have planned in your mind space that it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And then people are going to say, look what he did. He's such an idiot. He left his wife and ended up on the street. I'm like, so he had to travel down that timeline first.
I think that action and inaction are both actions.
Exactly. There you go.
Even when you don't do something, you decided to do something.
You decided to do something, which you're not changing. You are choosing.
Yes.
And therefore give up the right to complain about it.
No, I don't think anyone.
Without sounding super duper silly.
You can't give up a right.
You can always have a right to complain, without sounding a little bit, kind of like a little bit, kind of a little bit like.
You don't listen, then what?
That's like when I was a kid, my dad, I would go, my arm hurts when I do like this, and he'd go, well, don't do like that.
Make a different choice. Go the other way with it. See how that works.
Wowzers. I like that. Okay, but your crickets are growing on me. They really are. Yes, they're growing on me.
It gives a sense of serenity a little bit of background.
Yeah.
And stuff
yeah, it definitely puts you in a different mood, because this could be like the late night show. You know what I mean? Where you just talk to the ladies like, hey, this is that. Exactly. Hold on. If I get a book, will you read it to me tonight?
I don't want to read tonight. I don't want to read. I'll create you a book. I'll talk you through something.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll be your human audio book.
Please. Yes, please. With the crickets in your voice, yes.
And tell you a story.
Yes. Let's start now.
A long time ago.
Yes.
This man. And I don't have another part.
I already like where it's going. This man. Let's keep going on this trip. Let's keep going on this trip. I've always been boy crazy.
You can't be that thirsty. You just mentioned man and your eyes light up. Lord have mercy.
They are all kinds of yummy though, right?
You in the tower like Rapunzel. Don't let nobody get to you. Catch you as a rap. It is a rap. Don't do that.
Men are yummy. Oh, not all. Well, yeah, they're all interesting.
Some are in acquired taste.
Some are like spaghetti.
Absolutely. Some are like chitlins. You don't want to taste all of them.
You don't want to taste all of them.
You don't want to. Somebody's put a whole lot of hot sauce on behind that. You don't want to do that. That's crazy.
Then I would have to question my choices.
No, you won't. You blame them. You blame them. You not take ownership of that.
don't know what happened. That man just happened to me. He just happened to me. I had no choice in the matter. I was just sitting here having my tea and, oh man. That's all she wrote. Hey, I don't know. I just, hey.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
But my story would have a happy ending. A happy ending.
Wow.
So please do continue.
That's the goal. That's the goal of the story all the time, to have a happy ending, because we end up on a depressing ending.
I had no plans to fall in love, and then he smiled. And fuck, I blew it.
And the next thing you know, the baby,
Hello, can you go?
and she went low. Y'all got married, and now you stuck paying child support.
Why does this story always end with child support? Is this the real problem? Is it really?
Yes, it is, my dear.
Is it really?
Child support is a problem for those who do not want to pay.
I remember when I was single and guys were like, "Oh man, I do a great job. I take care of my kids." I'm like, "You want to? What do you want? A cookie? I mean, they're your kids. Who else supposed to take care of them?" I'm trying to figure out.
I agree. It's normal.
I put on my pants one leg at a time too. Hey, where are we going with this?
I put on two legs at a time.
Let me see.
I've done it.
Let me see.
I've done it.
Let me ask you this:
I saw it in a movie, I believe.
Can you put your your socks on but standing up, or do you have to sit down to do it?
Oh no, I have balance. I can put. I've done it before.
Nice. I'm always impressed by that.
I don't know what is impressive. Wow.
I don't know. I think it involves core, and I don't have any core.
It doesn't take much.
I don't have any core.
You have a core. It may not be the strongest core ever.
Not at all. Not to put on socks standing up. That's impressive. I think guys take their strength for granted. They're like, what this? This is just, it's nothing.
It's not a guy thing. There are women that actually do
with their socks on standing up.
That actually, every day they put their shoes on standing up.
The shoe?
Their shoes. I see many women put their shoes on.
Not slippers. You're talking about shoes.
Actually, shoes, heels, tennis shoes, boots, whatever they put them on standing up.
Impressive.
You have been limited in life.
The crickets sound impressed by that too.
It doesn't take much for you.
No, not much. Not much. Life is truly fascinating. All aspects of life.
You're like, oh,
now that I am, now that is true. Absolutely. I do.
It's a good thing.
I do. It's magic.
I hate that word.
I have the ability to shift my focus to anything that keeps a smile on my face.
And that is.
And when I stop smiling, I know I have 1,000 other places to look and gain a new smile real quick.
That is a great ability to have.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
That is a great tool to utilize.
Yeah, it is.
The ability to find your happiness.
To find your happiness.
So many people think that lies in other people.
No. That's created from within.
They think other people control whether they're happy or not, and not understanding the power of themselves.
That's right.
And where they can find their own happiness.
Their own happy. People ask me all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, I've been looking for that everywhere." I'm like, "What? My happy? Oh, I created this myself."
You can create your own version.
And if anything in my, I know how to shift focus. Most people, they like to look at this and then they're complaining about what they're looking at. I'm like, just turn your head. Anything. So over here is not pleasing to my eyes. I shifted. Look, a ladybug. Keep my happy. Follow the ladybug.
It's like you tell people, we say when one door closes, another one opens.
Absolutely.
So you have a lot of people who have the mindset, well, when that door closes, they keep knocking on that door. They'll knock on the door and they'll be sad because that door is closed.
Yeah.
They're not knowing. All they had to do was turn their head and find the open door.
And find the open door.
And that's where they need to go.
But once again, that goes to being that's true power.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, you have to realize you're the creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of your own reality.
Absolutely. Hey, and even if you didn't see another door open, you have the ability to go make a door.
You sure do. Absolutely.
Because if that door closed, it wasn't under your power. Unless you chose to close the door. And if you chose to close the door, then you should no longer be standing next to it. You should go find another door.
But that involves acceptance and allowance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that.
You know, all of those things, the lack of them is really truly delusional. Lacking the ability to accept what is before you. Right? It's a closed door, but you can't accept it. That's a delusional. Mm-hmm. And then lacking the ability to know that you can shift your focus any place else in the entire universe.
That's turning your back on reality.
Yeah.
You're choosing
That's
not
delusional.
to believe what reality is.
Right.
I have to agree with that.
And then in that case, you're living in your headspace.
Mm-hmm. Aren't we all living in our headspace?
Yeah, but some of us like it.
That's where our existence lies.
A whole of the universe exists inside of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all in your perceptions.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying, why do so many people choose unhappy, choose victim mentalities, choose suffering?
It could be
suffering.
It could be some type of conditioning. I mean, most of our lives that we experience is part of conditioning. I mean, from birth, you're conditioned. So it depends on a lot of times in your environment. I believe some things are internal. They're innate inside of you. It's like you can have particular stimuli growing up around you that you seem to overcome where others could not.
That's what it is. I'm saying, what is that? What is that thing that certain people have that regardless of what they were grown up in and whatever, they have this ability to like go, yes, I see the limits of that which has been placed before me, but I'm going to go limitless.
It might be
I'm going to go beyond that.
An active gene in them that's not active in other people, or I mean something in their bloodline that's activated inside of them that isn't in previous versions of that person in other life forms and lifetimes. Is possible, because I believe a lot of the things in our mind are residuals from people in past lives that we share the same blood with.
Yeah.
But
see, in spirituality, we call that waking up. But we say no one chooses when they wake up. So it's hard to really hold a person accountable, because if they're like sleep, which that kind of mentality is sleepwalking.
What's the
and
process?
One day they'll wake up, they'll have like this thing will happen, and they're just like.
What's the process of waking up, though? I mean, so
I don't know. Suffering.
There can't be a catalyst to that, or
it's suffering.
That causes it.
Yeah, it's like a catalyst. It's like a suffering.
I don't know about that, because it's the people who suffered their whole life, and I would say they never woke up.
That's so true. That's so true. They're not done yet.
No, they may die. I don't know what's after that. They may have died suffering, and maybe. I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't have the answer to that. I'm okay with not having the answer for it at this time.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I mean, we can
Isn't that nice?
and try to come up with ideas of what may be, or but that's all this.
I don't know, but I'm loving your night talk radio voice.
You like this voice?
I do a lot. I do a lot.
What does my daytime voice sound like?
Well,
I think I'm a little bit more under control right now.
It's very mellow. It's just very mellow, very like soft moving, very like there's no. It's just. It is what it is,
yeah,
and that's what it is, and that's what it is.
I'm feeling calm, and it's okay. I'm feeling calm, and it's me being a Gemini. You're gonna find there may be about 21 other people inside of me. That's exactly
what Shabaka told me. I said, "You making that up? I'm always the same me. Always. I think it's the crickets.
No,
I think it's the crickets.
I'm the same me, but me entails a lot of other variations.
But are not people have versions? I mean, when they say this, I'm a Gemini too. When they say this about Geminis, I'm like, okay, but you don't have you don't have time when you want me time. You don't have time when you're more personable. I mean, I think that's every human is like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
But I like to think I'm special.
I am special, and you are too, Lorenzo.
I think
very
if
special.
no one else thinks I'm special, I think I'm special.
Well, you better believe
and
it.
What I say to myself is more important than anything.
True story.
That's for anyone.
Self-talk is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I'm getting to a place where I'm turning off all self-talk.
You turning it off?
I want to be able to have the ability to, if you sit quietly, you'll hear that commentary. Mm-hmm. It's playing on a track just nonstop. Okay, most people aren't even aware that is actually happening. So I want to get to a place where I can turn it on and off.
We're always talking to ourselves.
And turn it on and off.
We may attribute some of that talk to something external, but most of the time, if not all the time, it's us. Our brain never stops.
Never stop. The minute you wake up, thoughts.
No. While you're sleeping, thoughts.
It never stops. Okay, but listen, I found, I promise you this, in meditation, I don't know what I would call it, the formless. There was no commentary. But I also couldn't feel my body. I mean, I was like, Raleigh, what you said, you could set yourself on fire. I mean, I was like...
And what did that experience, I guess,
the thing is,
feel like?
There was no words, so I couldn't even describe it. It was like the formless. It was vast.
Are you talking about something visual?
No, I'm saying...
When you say formless, formless would be something you see, I think, isn't it?
Okay, so but you know how like you're aware of certain things. You're even aware, like even if you close your eyes, you're aware energetically. Like I can feel you here, I can feel me here, I can feel the space in between us. Okay. This was like everything was. You understood that everything is really connected, and there was no separation. None. It was like everything was formless. It was all one, and there was no sound. And I was like, wow.
Sound deprivation.
There was no.
That is a powerful.
There was no commentary.
That actually is a method people use as far as meditating and trying to get to their inner core. When you remove all external stimuli, and it can do something to your mind. It can, absolutely can. So if you can get there on your own, just sitting there and meditating.
No, I got there like maybe 3 times, but I want to be able to, at will.
Wasn't it at will 3 times you did?
No, it happened to me. I was just meditating like.
Oh, life happened to you.
Right.
Oh, now we get to the crust of everything. So there's sometimes there isn't. That's what it felt like. Life can happen to you. So there you have it,
but there's a choice. There's a choice
because the meditator has had a revelation. Life can happen to you. She did not choose that.
I did choose it because I was actively pursuing it.
Okay.
I was actively pursuing it. I just didn't choose the timing.
So that means you chose to do it.
Yes.
So you mean
yes.
You can get there at will.
Yes. I just didn't know what was going to happen in that moment.
Okay.
Yes, I was actively pursuing it. Once I found out that you can have that.
A more effective way of doing it, so you can.
Yes.
You can estimate when it's coming.
Yes.
Dictate when it happens.
Yes, I was taking certain steps. One was like practicing like presence. So I was like taking in presence and bringing myself to the now moments. And do you know, finally, one time there was a shift happen. I was like, formless.
That's good. How long did this experience last?
I have no idea because there was no concept of time. It could have been 20 minutes. It could have been 2 days. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is I wanted to tell everybody when it came out of it.
Yeah, you can tell everyone how to do that because you can go there for 2 days and it actually worked. You got a lot of people that go into that coma that you found yourself.
Yep. But then I heard that there is a way that we could practice to get there at will. So you could turn off. The mind is only used for solving problems. Outside of that, you should be able to shut it off.
So you
don't have running commentary.
When you said only, that threw me off. Because I think mind can actually create problems as well. And we're very proficient at doing that.
Yes.
Creating problems. We can solve some, but we can sure make up a whole lot of them.
Yep.
Our society shows that.
Yep.
This pandemic we've been going through shows a lot of people know how to create problems when most of us, all we had to do was just sit our behind still.
Yeah, stillness.
And just sit down, just chill for a little bit, let things subside, and we can get things back to quote unquote normal. But no, everyone wants to be a rebel. Everyone wants to exhibit their freedom. They want to be able to do what the heck they want to do, and as a consequence, we've prolonged the situation that we found ourselves in, and it's putting a lot of people in a harmful situation when it comes to employment, when it comes to being able to eat, provide for family members, and at the risk of not protecting other family members and putting them in harm's way if they had any underlying issues or if they were older individuals. And we want to have our way and do things regardless of whatever the consequences are. I mean, and sometimes that feels exhilarating, and it can be fun to do what you want to do and have no regard for what the consequences are. But sometimes those consequences have dire results, and we have to practice on being more mindful of that. Myself included. I don't want to sit around in the house all day, but I have at times. But other times, I have stepped myself outside and been around people that I probably should not have, and that's not cool. I'm putting myself in jeopardy, as well as other people who I may not even know that I'm putting in jeopardy, because I could be asymptomatic. And because I feel good doesn't mean I'm good, right? It means I could be around someone and having a great time, and for all I know, pass on the virus to them, and they don't take it as well. And I would have no clue about it, because I'm in bliss. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Well.
But it's not always a good thing. It's not always a good thing. But thankfully we have this vaccine coming, and for some people that is in days.
Are you going to take the vaccine?
I don't plan on it. I haven't taken a vaccine in over 20 years. No vaccine for me at all. I mean, whatever I'm getting, I'm going to try to have my body take care of it. Don't trust it.
Nice.
No, and maybe I should trust it, but I mean, it's so many things out here in society that you hear about that you can't avoid hearing it. Sometimes it's hard to believe what's true and what's not true. Even when you go to research and read things, you can find things on one side of the argument as equally as you can find things on the other side of the argument.
True.
So you're like, what am I supposed to believe? You can go with your gut. Still, your gut's not always right, but you like to feel like, if I got enough common sense. But you can't always go on that. I mean, I have a friend of mine who's a doctor, and he's very confident in the science behind the vaccine, and hopefully one day we may be able to get him on and talk about it.
What's up, Doc?
Doctor Arnett. He's really been very informative, and he knows the shit when he's talking. So maybe one day we can get him on, either on the phone or have him come into the studio. But I'm hearing so many people, they're cringing about this vaccine. I'm watching. I mean, we're at the point right now where we're taking the vaccine.
If there's sides and it's hard to know, then how do you know that the other side isn't right? That there is no such thing as a virus? How do you know that there is this thing?
So you're saying, how do we know what we know? How can we be absolutely sure about anything is what you're asking?
Well, I'm saying that if there's evidence on both sides, those in 3D and those in 5D, those who believe that there's a virus and those who believe there's not, both have their arguments. How does one know that they're right to say that the other one is wrong?
Well, science can show you that. I mean, you can put any particular virus inside of a person and have them deal with it and say, how real is that now? Okay,
but so then the science, but then do you know what a virus looks like? And can you look at your own cells, or you have to take somebody else's word for it?
Under a microscope, possibly. I mean, well, that's how they know what it's made of. I mean,
but then it goes back to the theys, and you would have to trust the theys. And if you aren't like me, you don't trust them. They and the them and the those, they lie about everything all the time.
What I would
all
say,
the time.
I would say the fact that we're speaking on this microphone and going to be transmitting to the world.
Yes.
That is fact that we are doing that, and that is done by scientists. We cannot take their word that people are not going to be receiving this.
You can't take their word that they then in that case, if the power goes because they're scientists, can they not be corrupt?
Absolutely, they can be corrupt.
Okay, so then we don't have any way of knowing if they're giving you actual facts or if they're just telling you what they want you to think.
The power is in the evidence, isn't it?
Who's getting the evidence?
Us as people.
We don't have labs in our house, so you have to trust the source, and I don't trust the sources. Period.
At one time in mankind,
period.
There were things that were killing us that are no longer doing so. Is that just by happenstance?
So I'm saying if there was no news.
Oh, now we don't know anything.
No, I'm saying if there was no news, if there was a pandemic, I'm pretty sure we would see it, feel it in our living everyday experience.
Well,
you would be like, have you noticed a lot of people dying that you know? And I'd be like, yeah, like 3 of my friends died yesterday. No. And you'd be like, yeah, my cousin and my mom died yesterday. And we'd be like, something must be going on. But without the news telling you this, nothing is happening that you would feel or see in your everyday walk.
If I never watched
Period.
TV, I would know that my son got sick, and when he went to the doctor, the results came back that he was positive.
But he's never been sick before Corona invented?
No.
You've never been sick before, so you couldn't have been sick of that?
He's had flu.
There you go.
But the test told what he was sick of.
But it's a test that they're telling you. All they're doing is telling you this. You believe them. He could have had the flu, so nobody gets the flu anymore. Last year, thousands of people had the flu. This year, nobody has the flu. Where'd the flu go?
Who said no one had the flu?
Because everybody who supposedly would have had the flu, now it's the corona.
No. How do you know people don't have the flu?
Because no one's ever said they've had the flu this year. Every time they go to a doctor, it's the corona.
So you're saying
it's the
no
corona.
one told you they had the flu. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying no one's had a heart attack. Nobody's had diabetes. Nobody's had cancer. Everybody just has the virus.
So when
everybody has the virus.
Again, you said no news. How would we know? So you're saying if no one directly tells you, that means it didn't happen.
Everybody I know that's gone to a doctor, they're told that you had the corona. I'm like, you couldn't have been diabetes, really? It's always the corona now. I mean, we have all the other stuff people used to be sick of. Where did it all go? Where did it all go? So you're saying your son couldn't have just had a flu or sick or?
He's had the flu before.
Okay, but so this time you're just gonna tell. They write down on a piece of paper you had the corona, and you go, okay, it must have been corona, but you don't know. You don't know that.
The last time he got sick and they said he had the flu, should I have said, why does he have the flu now? Why did he have anything else? Why do we have to take it as the flu? Why was the flu?
I never took it as any of the things they're saying. These are 3D conscious doctors. I always knew it was something else.
Why was the flu acceptable before corona?
I'm saying none of it is acceptable. I'm saying we need to stop letting the them and the those and the theys tell us everything because we don't have any inner wisdom. We can't figure anything out on our own until they tell you something and you believe it.
So now you don't.
And you believe it.
So now you don't feel well, right? And
yeah.
You don't go to the doctor because you can't trust what they tell you.
No.
How do you know enough to get yourself better? How do you know enough? Is my question.
The A is the energy. To raise your consciousness.
Energy.
Learn how super conscious people did life.
There are plenty.
Super conscious people did life.
Dead.
Well, everybody dies.
Who said they
everybody dies.
Who said they did?
The human body is created to last 800 years. Anything short of that is a preliminary death.
So where is the $800?
Where's the $800? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm saying there's no.
I'm waiting for the 200-year-old person that's so conscious and so full of energy and zen that they surpass the normal limitations of.
There are those people. That's how just two people got the.
Where's the 200-year-old person?
That's how they got the. Listen, 3 people got the Nobel Prize for figuring out these enzymes.
Where is the 200?
And one was 200, and another one was 250 years old.
Show me that. Are you gonna tell me what they said?
No, I'm saying you can find out about them. Go travel to wherever they're at.
So there's, you said right today,
yes.
There's a person that's 200 years old.
3 of them.
There's 3 people that.
Yes, 3 of them. Yes.
Where are they? That stands out.
I think one is like in Nepal somewhere, and another one is somewhere in one of these countries.
Who can prove that they're 200 years old?
Well, in this,
it sounds like a claim. How do you prove they're 200 years old? Because when you read it, I mean, it sounds good.
Well, like a tree, like a tree, you can tell its age by the rings. You can tell a person's. I think through their hair. You can do a hair test. I think.
Cut their hair.
You can tell.
Okay, that's different. You said, how can you? Just cut his hair. Yeah, 35, 98. Look at his hair. Cut it. There it is.
And the same way they can do drug testing. Find out if you were taking drugs 10 years ago. They can tell. Well.
It sounds like a claim.
Well.
I'm not sure there's anyone who lives 200 years old. And if...
Go ahead on. They can clip a toenail and tell them.
What if they have alopecia?
What's that?
That's the hair comes out, they don't have any more hair.
I didn't clip a toenail.
I got fungus. I don't know.
Why is the fungus?
Age the fungus.
Why are
that ain't even from this century.
when did toenails get associated with fungus? This is not a regular way to associate a toenail.
Yeah, it is.
Foot fetishes maybe, but fungus? I mean, my God.
They that old. They got
So let's do some of these. Let me give you a word, and you give me a word that you think of. The first word you think of. So you got toenail fungus. All right, let's see.
word association.
Lighter.
Trees. I'm not even smoking.
Towel.
Bogus. You blow your nose in the towel. You said the first word comes
Fork. Fork. Oh.
That makes sense.
I feel like I really maybe don't know you as well as I should.
Fork and meat, that don't go together?
No.
When you eat meat, what you eat your meat with? A fork?
I don't eat meat.
You used to at one point in life.
Briefly. Battery.
Car.
Interesting. Sock.
Foot.
That's a good one. Tooth.
Ache. It goes together. It's actually a compound word.
Tooth and ache doesn't go together.
It's an actual word. It's a compound word, toothache.
Let me ask you this. If there's a fruit called grape, then how is there a grapefruit? I'm just saying.
That was retarded. I mean, justify that. You're different.
Yep. Special. What I think about myself matters most. I think I'm special.
AP, you are special.
Thank you.
You guys didn't know you were speaking to Renzo.
Yay.
My lovely co-host here is AP.
Hey.
For your life. And this is
AP for your life.
Zoe know?
What does Zoe know?
I know quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
There's quite a bit that I don't know, but if I did know everything, which some people say, you think you know everything.
I said it. When they said that to me, I said, if you're waiting on me to feel some type of way about you calling me smart.
Yeah.
Wait, are you still waiting?
So, funk you.
Well, what does Zoe know?
Yeah.
What does
And
Zoe
I
know?
don't want to know everything. But knowing everything is a burden. I wouldn't want to know everything.
Well, then there would be no purpose in it tomorrow. The whole point is to learn more, do more, see more, be more. It's got to be more on the plate.
Absolutely. You got to look.
Wake up and you're like, ooh, more. That's what I think when I wake up. I wake up and I'm like, more, more, everything. More everything.
More life to live every day.
Absolutely.
It might be sad for one reason or another, but you can wake up the next day and have something else.
You don't even have to wait till the next day. You can shift your focus.
Well, there you go.
Hey, you can put on some crickets and listen to Renzo. You do Renzo tonight. Shifting my focus.
Don't be a guy. Do not be a guy. You don't do that.
How about a chick with a dick?
That's not what this show is about. I hope you edit that.
I'm gonna feel myself. I'm gonna feel myself.
Don't do that either. We have technical difficulties. AP is broke.
Oh my God.
Broke right now.
Oh my God. I don't know. It's the crickets.
We'll come back to you tomorrow.
It's the crickets and your night voice.
The crickets.
And your night voice.
Just put some chocolate on it.
Come on, let's go read stories. Let's go read stories.
We make stories around here.
I know, that's right.
Fake news is what we do. We
Once
make
upon a
fake
time,
news.
once upon a time,
And for all of you that do know,
a man.
it means real news. Fake news is real news that you don't like. That's what fake news is.
Interesting.
If you don't like it, it's fake. Man, that stuff was fake. No, it wasn't fake. You just didn't like it.
What would you do if the news shut down one day? I mean, how would you live?
Make the news. Because just because we receive it don't mean we don't have any news to give.
True story.
What do you think they did before TV and radio?
My point exactly.
The news still got around.
Is my point exactly.
When you hear people telling stories, they're telling news.
Absolutely.
That's stuff you didn't know. So for you, it's new.
It's news.
Those are news stuff.
There you go.
It's not old. This is new. I wonder where the word news came from. Maybe because it is something new they told you. They just added an S.
Absolutely.
Because there's more than one thing they told you. So
news used to have to travel far.
Yeah. What? Say it again?
Used to have to travel far.
To do what?
News.
News had to travel far?
Yeah. Because if it was in your town, it wasn't new.
This is right.
I have to travel to the next town to be news.
Like something that ain't happening.
Right, it would be news.
That's right.
To send it on a boat somewhere, and then it gets to the shore, it's news.
I'm always trying to get news. I already know what's going on around me.
There you go. My point exactly. That's what I would. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
But hey, we're running on this time now. We're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you guys, I appreciate you listening.
Nice.
This is Renzo
And AP.
at 8P, and you've been listening to What Does Zoe Know?
Yeah. What does Zoe know?
I'll check you guys out later. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Let's keep the crickets on, though. Let's keep the crickets on.